great bull. That's what Western big game's all about.
We're boned out and loaded up.
Take your kids hunting.
Dropped him right in his tracks.
Outdoorsman's Gear for the Western Hunter presents Hunt Forever West, dedicated to fair chase, Western big game.
Look at that thing. Look at this. We've got it all to ourselves.
Well, that's what we came for, huh?
He just tipped him over up there.
Oh my God.
Strap on your boots and come on. Brought to you by Elk Hunter Magazine, Weaver Custom Rifles, Wilderness Athlete, Western Hunter Magazine, and presented by Outdoorsman's.
That was crazy. Ren and I walked out on the edge of that sandstone bluff and we jumped this goofy stag. He came out this way and ended up taking a pretty good buck with him. So I went back, got my bow, got the video camera, got backpack to see if we could put eyes on them in these next couple canyons, and I just ended up glassing another pretty good buck down on the end of this finger. So we're gonna peek up over these rocks, have a look at him. My gut reaction is he's 24, 25 wide, so pretty good 4-point muley bedded there under a big limber pine and sandstone. So let's go have a look at him. He's still bedded back behind us. Got this really cool sandstone feature. Then the next one, we're gonna work down and get to it. We gotta be in stealth mode. Strap on the silent sneakers and come on. Pretty buck, bedded back over here behind us. We've got him at 175 yards. He's just laying there in shadows there at the base of the tree in this sandstone. It's amazing. We just got into this spot to glass him and it's probably 15 degrees cooler, maybe 20 than out in the sun, and those bucks look for these spots, but he needs another year to grow. We're gonna let him go. We're gonna sneak back behind this way, go get on another ridge, set up and start glassing, see if we can find another buck in his bed. So hang on, we're gonna go find him.
Ren and I spent the rest of the day glassing, hiking, and glassing some more. We found quite a few bedded deer, with more than a few bucks hiding in the trees, gullies, rock ledges, and even under the watchful eye of some pronghorn. Ren and his father Roger have been hunting this wide open chunk of Hunt Forever West Country for many years and know many of the hidey holes these deer will use to escape the heat and the bugs. An intimate knowledge of deer habits and behavior throughout all the seasons is essential to successfully finding and harvesting mule deer bucks, especially with a general deer tag in your pocket. Ren and I continued to turn up deer throughout the day. Every buck we found was in a stalkable position, but none either of us wanted to stalk on day one.
My equipment made me a better hunter again today.
spot and stalk, great hunt. We've seen lots of deer.
His teeth are pretty worn down. They're really stained.
We came over on a leftover hunt and we killed 3 slammer bucks.
Hey folks, welcome to your tip of the week presented by Western Hunter. Today we're at Archery, Idaho in eastern Idaho with Tom Till, the owner of Archery, Idaho, and we're going to be talking about setting up a bow.
All right, first thing we need to do is determine draw length. There's a couple easy ways to do it. One of the quickest, easiest ways to get you close to the ballpark is to take a person's wingspan, divide it by 2.5. That'll get you in the ballpark. So 29.6 is what Cade's measurement is. So we're going to start him off right around 30. Right now we'll take and draw a couple of different bows and show you what a short bow, too long a bow, and just right draw length are. Some of the little things to look for. Kay's going to draw back, and we're going to see kind of how it fits on his face. When he draws it back and gets it up to his face, see how he had to lean forward. He's almost like he's scrunching. That's too short a draw length. So anytime you have to move your head forward, you're going to be too short a draw length. Okay, now notice how he comes clear past his ear, back behind his head. Cannot get a good anchor point back there, so you're always going to be searching and it's going to be tougher to draw. That's way too long a draw length. Okay, this bow should be the right draw length for him when he pulls back. Head doesn't move, comes right back to his face, and we're pretty close there. One of the things that plays into your different draw length is a different type of release. Different type of releases have the trigger in different spots that could either shorten your draw length or make it longer. Got 2 different releases here. I can show you that the one has got about a 1/2 inch difference in the length from where the trigger is and where it grabs the string. Other thing that plays into how long a bow can be drawn is the loop. You notice on this loop it's more of a medium loop, and this loop here is quite a bit longer. This loop I can gain about 1/4 inch of draw length. For this one, it's more of an average medium-sized loop, so your draw length is going to be a lot longer with this one.
Why would someone want a longer string or a longer loop versus a shorter loop?
Well, take for instance, I get a really tall person in and they like a certain bow that's 30 inches, but he's 30.5 inch draw length. This way I can make the loop just a little bit longer. He can keep the same release he has, and the bow will fit him. Okay.
No extra speed, no extra consistency,
Nope.
Just personal preference.
Exactly.
Okay, so a guy like me, I mean, I consider myself an experienced archer. I'm not a tech junkie by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, I've killed 25 critters with a bow, but I've never been fitted for length. Why does draw length matter?
Being comfortable makes you more consistent.
Okay.
When you can come to the same place on your face every time, you're going to be consistent. So repeating something means that you're going to hit the same spot every time. And so being consistent, having the right draw length makes a big difference.
That's your Western Hunter tip of the week for Hunt Forever West. Day 2 found us looking at a bachelor bunch of bucks as they slipped over a hill a mile away. After a lengthy stalk to a better vantage, we finally turned up a bedded buck.
When we glassed a buck this morning, there was actually 4, and one we could tell had a pretty good frame on him. He was a mile away, looking at him through the spot and scope. We were able to come around, get up on a little knoll, and we found what we think is the best buck bedded back up here. You'll just see some footage right now of him. As we look at him through the spot and scope, looks like on his right side he's actually broke off his main beam, and his left side he's just a great big goofy 2-point. It's afternoon of the 2nd day. I've got 1 day to go. Let's go shoot this buck. Just an old mature buck just from looking at him. So let's go put an arrow through this buck.
Hunting mule deer in wide open spaces requires patience, good optics, and the ability to either go hard or shut it down as the situation dictates. The ability to read the situation is key. I knew irregular thermals alerting his nose and loose sandstone alerting his ears were the two critical elements to avoid for success on this stalk. The unforeseen obstacle on this stalk became relocating this buck when, unbeknownst to me, he abandoned his original bed for a shadier spot. With the aid of good glass, I found part of a tine 35 yards away, hiding in the shade of a sandstone ledge. Ren and the camera hung back as I closed the distance within 6 yards. I had only seen tines up to this point, so I was trying to determine how this buck was laying and to see if there was any opening for my 125 grain shuttle T-lock. Until the wind shifted.
Dude, I've never hit an animal there in my life.
As we got over here to his bed and sat down to start taking pictures, how much cooler is it right here?
It's got to be 10 degrees cooler at least.
10 degrees, and then the cool dirt for them to lay in. You know, these critters out here, they find every opportunity they can to make their lives easier and to make it so they can survive and get through the rough climate and the rough winters and weather we have here in Wyoming.
You know, we were looking at the antlers on this mature muley, and there is no doubt that this deer has busted off his main beam on this side and the tops on that side, and it's the 9th of September. I mean, he's
got some rough spots on his legs.
Yeah, he's still got velvet on. I mean, so we know that he actually did grow these antlers and rub them this year, and it's very unusual for them to be busted off like this. He's got a leg that's really swollen, got some wounds on it. And near as we can figure is a rough life out here. We think he caught his leg bounding down off one of these rims and flipped himself over, busted his rack up on a rock or something like that.
Did something.
And just goes to show you, this ain't all fun and games out here for these animals.
Still, what a nice big mature muley buck. As we say here at Hunt Forever West, you know, I'm not opposed to shooting great big critters, but more than score, we hunt for big mature critters. We like matching wits with the big old, you know, wise guys that have been around for a while, and this one sure fits the bill. Don't go anywhere.
Shot of the Week, presented by Weaver Rifles, weaverrifles.com.
Let's go get us an antelope buck.
Hunt Forever West is presented by Crumholes Productions. Drop us a line at www.huntforeverwest.com. Hunt Forever West. Good country, good critters, and good friends. Ah!